Hello and welcome! This is Melskinner, and we're back for some more Wargame Airland Battle, and we have a defensive engagement where we have our Norwegian brigade against a motorized Soviet regiment. We have the morale advantage, but we're equal in initiative, and it's close enough that this is going to be a tough fight. May not be able to get a victory for this first battle, and I think my objective is going to be to fight a defensive fight with this one. Okay, so being on the defense, we have control of more of the deployment zones. Just going to go ahead and delete the forward operating base until we figure out where we want to go. And I would like to control all 4 of these deployment zones if I can. All right, a pretty open terrain here, so I'm going to have to stick the command vehicle in behind that building. Hopefully that'll give it some cover. Let's get some more command vehicles. So, okay, we don't have a lot of these. This is going to be the last of the rovers. And I think we're going to do the same thing over here. Just put it in behind this building. We could put it in these woods, but all they have to do is cross this bridge and then they could overrun that position. Okay, so we're going to have to switch over to these guys. Over here, I think this would be the best. Be more in the middle here. And I'd say maybe over here. Now looking at the map, the enemy's going to deploy here, and it looks like they have 3 avenues of attack. And I think the main engagement is going to happen over here and Mike in this urban area. So that's probably going to be our objective, is to put a bunch of units in here and try and hold down Mike. And let's see if we have the forces to do that. So I see we have tanks. They're Leopard 1s, which can compete with T-55s pretty well. T-72s, it looks like, as far as the guns, maybe the earlier versions we can penetrate all right. I don't know about some of the more modern versions of the T-72. Might be a little bit of a problem for us. And the T-80, if we're attacking frontal armor, is going to be a real problem. As a matter of fact, we've seen in the last battle I did where we had to fight T-80s. T-80 is going to be tough for my forces, at least these Norwegian units, to deal with. So we'll have to see. Our armor is the real issue here. We might be able to penetrate some of their tanks, but all of their tanks will probably be able to penetrate our frontal armor, and then our side and other side armor or other directional armor is not going to be good. So probably I might use some of these tanks, but not a ton. Infantry. Okay, good. We do have a fair number of infantry, and that's going to be really important for this urban fighting. So this seems to be our main unit. And then we do have a more expensive unit with the Carl Gustaf anti-tank weapons, which are going to be more effective. They're the same range, but they're better as far as accuracy goes, and the AP power is much better. May be able to pen T-80s. I'm not exactly sure what their frontal armor is like, but should be able to deal with T-72s and what have you. I don't know what the enemy's going to have, so we'll just have to see as the engagement goes, but I expect at least T-72s, perhaps. This being a motorized regiment, I expect to have some tanks against me and possibly armored infantry as well. So anti-armor capability is going to be important. All right, moving on, we have our support. Like we have a mortar, anti-air, another mortar, and artillery. All right, so a few different artillery options. How much anti-air do I have? So it looks like 12. And as far as infantry, we have another 12. All right, so we're probably going to want to focus on that to a certain extent. Vehicles. Okay, we have recurless rifles, only 2 platoons worth. And we have TOW anti-tank missiles, again, only 1 platoon worth. So not a lot of anti-tank capability here. Our air power seems to be about the same as what we've seen with the other Norwegian brigade we fought with in the past. So we've got the F-5s with rockets. We have the F-104 starfighters with cluster bombs, which is going to be our main way of defeating their armor. But this is a multi-role fighter, so it does have air-to-air missiles. And then we have the F-16, which has normal bombs, but also, again, multi-role. It does have air-to-air missiles. The F-16 is going to be a little bit more effective in that air superiority role, as it has better missiles comparatively. And it's a more modern fighter overall. All right, with that being said, the enemy, I expect to have pretty good anti-air defense out the gate because they're a fresh unit, just as we have a fresh unit. So may not want to deploy too much air power in the early stages, maybe even this first fight. I might not want to deploy them at all unless we get them really close to our deployment zones and I feel like I can take advantage of them. The problem is fighting in Mike here might be problematic because the distance we're going to have to cover, if they have a lot of anti-air in the area, they're going to be able to knock down my planes. They're going to have opportunities to send fighters out to knock down my planes. So it's going to be tough to cover ourselves with air power, not like we've done in the past. All right, with all that being said, let's go ahead and start getting some things set up. So I'm thinking about starting with my defense. I think we're going to want to focus these guys in the city because I think this is going to be where most of the fighting happens. So I'm just going to grab normal infantry here along this road because this is one of the attack lines. I'm going to grab another unit of infantry in case they try and do a flank. Sometimes the enemy tries that kind of stuff, so we want to put something over there. I didn't check recon. What do we got for that? So we have recon infantry and trucks. Oh, I didn't see what does the infantry have. So trucks for the anti-air, M113s, which is a light APC with a 50 caliber machine gun. Okay. And then for these guys, all right, so we have, I think, a modified version of the M113. So it has a heavier cannon, 20 millimeter cannon that does have some AP power, but the AP power is mostly going to be able to knock out other APCs. As we can see, the armor of our APC not very good. If the enemy has similar armor, we'll be able to defeat that with the 20 millimeter cannon. Otherwise, we're going to probably want to keep those in pretty well defended areas. All right, let's get back on to the subject here of the recon. So these guys are in trucks. We have some of these Land Rovers. We only have 2 of them. Wow, all right, that's not a lot. Fortunately, we have 24 of these guys, so that's good. We have some more expensive elite recon units in helicopters. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to necessarily deploy these guys. And then we have this more heavily armored. Well, it's not that armored, but it does have the ability to attack armor, as I can see there with the 90 millimeter cannon there. Okay, but we only have 2 of those too, so mostly the infantry is going to be our way of doing recon. So I'm going to grab a platoon of these guys. We're going to stick them over there. Probably put some anti-tank weapons over there. Let's do some defense over here. So I'll do, again, normal infantry. And then we're going to do one of these recon platoons. We'll stick that over on this side. And then I'll, again, probably put some anti-tank weaponry here. And you know what? Why don't we go ahead and do that now? So put the platoon of these guys, because this is fairly open. The missile's going to be able to use their range against the enemy. And let's go ahead and put a forward operating base here so we can rearm our... We can even put that deeper into the woods if we want. Rearm our anti-tank capability. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to do the same thing over here. We're going to set up our second, and as we only have 2, we're going to set up our second forward operating base over here so that we can rearm our other anti-tank vehicles, which I'm just going to go ahead and set up now. So we're going to use these recoilless rifles here. I'm going to put tanks in here, in these woods here. But for now, let's think about our attack. I don't think I'm going to set up anything over here, because if we defend this region, and this region, they shouldn't be able to slip through, because there's only so many routes they can take, and we'll be able to cover them all. And we can always deploy things over here later if we need. I think we need every point we can get. So my game plan for defending the city is I'm going to do... Okay, so we'll do these 3 zones with these heavier infantry here. More expensive infantry. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's going to be there. I would like a recon platoon. We'll grab some of these guys. We'll put that back here for now. I do want some anti-air defense. Go ahead and grab that. Speaking of which, we do want some anti-air over here and there. So let's grab the anti-air vehicles. So 1, 2. That there. And do the same thing over here. So 1, 2. Put that right about. It should be within the forward operating base, and we should be able to knock out any air power that's in this region. All right. So we've got the anti-air platoon, scout platoon, got our 3 infantry, and now let's get some support infantry. So let's do 3 of those. So 1, 2, and then what else do we want? Oh yeah, tanks. You know what? I'm going to switch this platoon around. So infantry is going to be here. Tanks are going to be here. This way the tanks can address more area over here. If the enemy comes in this area, this is pretty open. We can attack them. And then let's grab some more of the recoilless rifles. It's going to be the last platoon worth of that. And we're going to stick that in the woods over here. And then I would like a recon for that as well. So, you know what? I'm going to grab this guy because it can defeat armor as well. That there. So that affords me the ability to have 1 more platoon. Let's get another anti-air in here. I would like to have pretty good anti-air defense if I can, because I expect some air power to come out at us in this engagement. Anything we can do to fight that. Now, I'm eventually going to need logistics vehicles in here to try and supply the units that are within the city, because we don't have any ability to put any forward operating bases in here. But I think this is a pretty good setup. We have a lot of infantry coming in here. This city is going to be our main emphasis of defense. So let's go ahead and launch the battle. I think we're ready to go. Let's start getting our infantry where they need to go. So you're going to go there, you're going to go there, and you're going to go there. So that's our three main units. The recon's going to go in this corner, I think. We'll put the one anti-air right there. Okay, let's do some support. So infantry number 1. Infantry number 2, how about you go there? And where's our other infantry? Right there. Okay, you're gonna go, I forgot, I put you there, I'll put you there. And then our other anti-air defense, I'd like some anti-air defense over in this part of the city. Put our anti-tank vehicles over here. Our recon vehicle right there. Okay, we've got those guys moving. Let's go ahead and unload our infantry. The tanks, let's just get them facing the right way. We'll get the APCs over here, and then the infantry is probably fine where it is. Infantry go over there. APCs over there. Trucks need to get out of there. Go over here somewhere. Oh wow, the enemies are already on top of us. You go in there. Okay. Here we need to unload infantry. Oh, you know, I should have put a platoon over here, now that I think about it, in case they attempt to flank me. Put the truck over there. You go there. You form up there. 3, come along the road. Okay, we have enough units, so let me grab another platoon of infantry. We'll put them in here. Done that. And get some more infantry in here, so grab you. Put you in this building here. You can support our anti-tank units. Come on, go where I want you to. Not where I want you to go. There. Okay. You're in position. Let's unload you. Let's grab your APC and put it in the woods. You're in position. Same thing. Your APC. Woods, so it's defended. Okay, you're in position. Thing. Let's grab your APC and put it in the woods over here. You're more as well. Might as well be in position. Okay, the enemy is already arriving. We're going to want to get going here with our deployments. You guys are deployed. You need to unload. Out. Oops, no. You're not a truck. Okay. Load. I want them to be able to inflict casualties upon our infantry before they're unloaded. Okay, get our anti-air. Okay, and the truck needs to get out of there. Not sure what's going on because I'm not really paying attention. Probably shelling some kind of artillery. You're almost in position there. Have more infantry showing up. Do we want to get some porting orders maybe over here? Okay. And let's get some more infantry in here. So grab that, put you there. Okay. Now this point, I think it's too late to get any infantry in these buildings, as the enemy is going to be on top of us fairly soon. Okay, you need to unload so you don't get killed in your truck. Get the trucks out of here. Alright, let's look around, make sure we don't have any more infantry sitting in APCs. You're almost where you need to be. Okay. Unload. Get the APCs in the woods. Okay. Get some air power here. This is mostly going to be... Again, I mean, look how close the enemy is. They might be able to hit me pretty well. How about we get some tanks in here? Why not? I'll get some tanks. We'll put them along here to help out in this region. And we'll get some recon to help out as well. No, not that recon. Get the truck. Okay, let's go see what's going on over here. Okay, they're dropping bombs on me. Okay, so I see anti-air. See some other things. Okay, so we've got a fair number of infantry in the city. We continue to put more in there. You know what? Let's get some more anti-air in here. Put them in this section. Then let's start getting some logistics vehicles in here, because I know that's going to be a problem. So let's get one in here. Another one here. Another one here. That way we're rearming some of our anti-tank weapons and what have you. Okay, you're in position. Get you there. And let's get your... Okay, they're charging. Let's get some air power in here. We might be able to do some casualties here. Go after their anti-air, if I can. I don't know which area we're attacking from. Our planes. Oh, let's get an F-16 in here. I can't quite afford it. There we go. See if we can hit one of these guys. Okay. Get this guy out. I don't want him to get knocked out. Okay. Okay, let's get this guy out. Alright, we did alright there. We are getting hitting pretty heavily here. Maybe I can get some more F-104s. They're attacking from an area I don't think they have very good coverage. Let's see if we can hit these guys. Okay, logistics vehicles are coming in. Let's get them over here so we can rearm these guys. Okay, here come our fighters dropping bombs. I don't have the ability to do anything with fighters just yet. Here we go. Nope. Now. Get this guy out there. Got some anti-air missiles. Okay, we managed to take him out. Let's just evac the F-16. So we've got the F-16 ready to go. Let's just back you up. Get you into better cover. T-72 is going to have to come after me if it wants to get anything done here. Alright, we can attack from this area, so I'm alright to keep hitting them with our air power at this point. T-72B seem to be a little bit resistant. Okay, it's actually backing off here. Maybe a little too close. And I don't think that's going to land, probably. Alright, so they backed off. I do have my mortars in here. I kind of forgot about them. We can try and cut these guys off. Okay, well that was their first attack attempt. And we held pretty well. With that being said, though, let's get some tanks in here. Because I suspect they're going to attack me in this area soon. Just to get that feeling. Okay, well we did pretty well there. I'm still nervous to attack in this area just because I think they have a lot of anti-air in the area. I don't know that for sure, but they very well could. Tanks are my only real way of fighting some of what they've got. So, okay, so now they're coming over here with some artillery. Kind of surprised they know where I am. I mean, they might not. I have no clue where they are. Okay. Speaking of which, make sure that we don't have any infantry or anything just sitting in vehicles. I think we're good in here. Okay, I need to unload you though. Come over here. Holy crap, we took a ton of casualties. Back them off. They clearly know I'm here. I don't know how they know I'm here, but I don't want to lose any more tanks if I can avoid it. So, let's just back off here. We'll leave the infantry, as the infantry might be able to handle things. But we can't take those kind of casualties. I wasn't watching, so I didn't see the bomb coming in. If I had seen that coming in, I could have done something about it. We'll have the tank come over here. along with the recon vehicle. We don't want to lose these things unnecessarily. We'll keep the M113s over here just for a little bit of support. But if I'd seen that fighter coming in, we could have sent our F-16s out to try and stop it. When I say fighter, it would probably was a bomber type, or attacker, I should say. Okay, so we're going to have this tank come over here. And then I'm going to send 3 tanks to meet up with it. 1, 2, 3. And we'll form up another platoon. So you can go over here. Okay, so they're continuing to kind of dance around over here. Let's hit them with some... oh, you know what? Let's hit here. Okay. I don't know if I guessed the artillery location correctly, but now we've got... Oh! I'm gonna be slow on this F-16. Yeah, might as well just evac. We'll see the anti-air defenses here. Okay. They just totally annihilated my tanks. Okay. Gonna chill. Look at you going back. Where's our artillery? That should probably be fired. Let's fire it a little ahead. Okay. Alright, so our anti-tank defenses are doing okay. Get these guys, regroup them so we've got a full platoon. Let's have them come over here. Okay, our artillery's doing a pretty good job. Continue to fire in at these guys. Alright, so this is their second attack attempt. We got hit really hard here. Lost all those tanks. I mean, this shows you right here the problem we have with our tanks. But back in this more defensive position, we'll be alright. I won't be able to reinforce these infantry, unfortunately, because they're just too close to the front right now. But we can get more infantry in here. Let's do that. No, that's not what... because I need to protect these guys. So let's get as much infantry as we can in this region. Ah, no! I think we came out of that with only the recon vehicle lost. Okay, well... Let's continue to fire artillery here. I'm gonna have my anti-air reposition. Okay, we've got some more armor coming at us. We've taken pretty heavy casualties now that I look at things, so... We're gonna have to be careful here. Alright, I'm not exactly sure where that armor is heading. Might be going to the road. Just keep firing in this area. I don't want to waste too much of my forward operating base's supplies, though. We could put some artillery over here. Grab these guys. We do have tanks over here to help out. Okay. Fighting has started over here. We might be able to get away with a starfighter here or two because they're right nearby. F-16, let's get this guy before he gets in here. Got him. He might have still dropped his bombs, but okay. We did lose one of our starfighters, I think. Which actually sucks because that means I have no real way of knocking out these guys. Really? Didn't drop the bombs for some reason. And I just lost them. Oh, we need to unload, guys. Okay, we're just getting hammered here. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Because their anti-air just keeps knocking me out. See, that's why I didn't want to try and use those in the first place. Alright, we've got more starfighters, but as I said, until they cross over in a plane where I can really hit them, and my guys actually want to drop the bombs, I'm not sure why they weren't. See, they're just doing strafing runs. I have no idea why. It's like maybe the angle that they come in at, they need a little bit of time to be able to do the attack, so he's like circling around trying to do it. But, I mean, look at all the opportunity we're giving their anti-air and their planes to come out and smack me. Really don't like that. Alright, well, let's get out here and just do some rocket attacks here. Fire our mortars. That's better. Get some more of these guys out there. I say as they get absolutely annihilated. I think it still made it out, but I don't think I want to make another one of those runs. Okay, we do have some problems with logistics here, so I'm going to get a logistics truck and have them come up. And another one over here. So casualties continue to mount. Both sides taking a lot of casualties. I have no idea where the enemy is, but I'm just going to start guessing at this point. We have a lot of supply over here. Might as well use it. Now, if I can figure out where their artillery is, we can do counter-artillery bombardment. I haven't really been looking at it, so I don't really know for sure. But this time I'm going to look for it. But I think this is all the attacks we're going to see for now. Well, there was some... What is that? Okay, so that's their artillery right there. Okay. Get our mortars firing. Their artillery is, I think... There's another artillery there, but I think there's another group's right here. So, once we get that opportunity... I'm firing here because the anti-air. I think there was anti-air over here. But I think I see where their artillery's firing from, so now we're going to go after it. Oh, hello. Okay. Have you go back over here. Let's see if I can get the rockets off. Yep. Missed. Rockets off. Again. Okay, I see where you are. You're right there. Fire away in that area. See if we can hit the anti-air, if nothing else. Once the artillery starts landing, I'm going to go ahead and go after this guy again. There we go. Try and pin down their anti-air and hopefully keep them out of the engagement. Okay, we have another group there, which I didn't know about. I probably should have known about it. Fire here. Okay, so far so good. Okay, I think we made it out with everything. We have some infantry trying to go around on back on us. I'll hit that with our rockets if I get the opportunity. Let's see if we can hit them. Yeah, see, it's just too close. Just evac these guys. Fortunately, I'm walking right into that. Come on, please get out. Alright, we got out. Just gonna keep hitting the... Where the... I mean, look how their anti-armor, their anti-air defense is. It's just insane. I'm gonna keep hitting the areas I see them coming from, though. See if we can do enough casualties. For now, I think this is gonna be it, though. I can't really... I don't think put out enough fire to really hurt the enemy enough. I know I have a lot more points I can use here. Could try and get more artillery out here. You know what? Have those spawn over here where it's actually probably in range. Let's keep hitting these guys. We might be able to do some casualties there against their anti-tank. Okay, so I'm fairly certain that they have a whole bunch of anti-air in this region. And as a result, I'm not going to be able to use my air power much. Okay, well, they have infantry in the area. We might be able to do some casualties, too. We're very close to actually winning this. We don't have a lot of time, though. See if we can get... no, we're out of range. So, off on that. Okay, we actually got a victory there. I didn't I didn't necessarily expect that, but we managed to get it. That was a pretty tough fight. The enemy did challenge me there at times, but we were able to drive back their offensives for the most part. We did take pretty good casualties trying to do that. I feel like I may have made a few mistakes here and there, but we managed to get through for the most part. So let's go ahead and see the results of this win. This should be a pretty... Yeah, okay. We get 2 morale and they lose 2. So this is going to go on to the next day. Okay, let's see what happens next here. So it looks like we drove out the enemy here. And this is going to be actually the end of the term. I didn't quite expect that. The offensive on Hamburg has stalled. Despite great efforts and terrible sacrifices, the offensive of the North Ag eventually failed. The fall of Hamburg is only a matter of days. Okay. So I believe we put resources into trying to prevent that from happening. Martial law declared due to the communist subversion in France. Okay. Invoking martial law to restore order and stop the subversive agents. Okay, interesting. Okay. So it looks like more stuff is happening in France, it looks like. As a reaction to the attempt to destabilize his government, Mitterrand is ordering an increase of French commitments. Which area would you like to increase? Air support? Okay, or ground support. 2 air raids, 2 recons, and 2 aerial covers earned. You know, to be totally honest with you, I'd rather have the ground support. Yeah, let's try that. So we actually got things from that. The fall of Hamburg. Despite heroic resistance, the garrison in the town capitulated this morning. The Pact will be able to redeploy part of its forces to Scandinavia. All right, so we're going to see some heavier fighting, it looks like, in the near future. But one thing that is a positive is we actually won here. And now I feel like the enemy is overextended pretty significantly. Now, I'd have to do recon here, but these guys should be beat to hell. This guy we just defeated. So we could go more on offensive here. What I could do is I could send this Panzer Brigade to support here, or we could just go for an attack expecting these guys to be able to hold out. To be totally honest with you, I think we could hold out here. So we'll have to see. I have a number of options available to me in the next turn, and we'll have to see exactly how that goes. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.